Hi, I'm Alexander Kim. In 2021, I was working on a better version of Morse code. At the time, I was trying to build a radio so I could talk to my friend across town, but everything just seemed too slow. I ended up developing what became the first version of Sally, a revolutionary digital communication protocol. When I first came to Hopkins, I attended a presentation by the famous blind advocate Daniel Kish. His ideas surprised me. Our whole lives we've been taught that disabled people want or even need our help. In fact, most narratives we see praise an able-bodied person helping a supposedly helpless disabled person. His narrative changed this. He strongly emphasized that instead of infantilizing blind people and patching their needs, we needed a solution that helped them become independent. This is where I got the idea for Whisper. After his presentation, we talked, and I explained how the communication protocol worked. He had some suggestions, but he agreed that Whisper had the potential to dramatically increase the quality of life for millions of blind and visually impaired people.
There are more than 7.5 million people who are visually impaired in the US alone, with more than 295 million people worldwide. Current forms of communication for people who are blind include Braille, speech, voiceovers, tactile sign language, and teletypewriters. New innovation is generally based on these aging technologies, which are largely aimed at written communication and are not optimized for interaction with the modern digital world. Tactile communication is bulky and expensive, and auditory communication limits awareness and interaction and do not work for people who are deafblind.
Our solution is the haptic communication device, which is designed for efficiency, adaptivity, and discretion. Whisper uses Sally to transmit data. Sally is essentially a better version of Morse code, which uses 6 vibration motors turning on and off in different combinations to transmit characters, numbers, symbols, and phonemes. Each combination of motors can be associated with a specific character, which is great for when symbols are important, like coding contexts, science, or for deafblind people who may have trouble interpreting sounds. Alternatively, each combination can be associated with a phoneme, the smallest unit of sound in the English language, which is great for common text since it's fast, easy to understand, and very intuitive since it's like hearing something. The code is transmitted by 6 vibration motors, much like those found in your smartphone, placed at different parts in your body, which is designed for subtlety and speed.
Dr. Constanza Miranda and Dr. Mara McKelly have shown interest in Whisper and have given us valuable support, mentorship, and advice on code optimization and hardware features.
We see a considerable market for our product in the United States at 3 million people strong, creating a total addressable market value of $300 million annually. This is after considering our retail price of about $500 and the depreciation period of 5 years on average. However, it is also important to consider that new users of our product have to learn a new language, get accustomed to an entirely new way of communicating. Thus, we peg our serviceable addressable market at about $270 million annually. We now shift our focus to our 2 primary customer segments, those being blind and visually impaired individuals themselves, as well as the educational institutions that serve them. Thus, our plan to market strategy revolves around 2 phases. First, direct-to-consumer sales, fueled by word of mouth and strategic digital ad campaigns. And once we've reached our critical mass of users, demonstrated utility, we then set our sights on the educational institutions, particularly those serving younger blind individuals, expanding our reach and nurturing a long-lasting base of customers.
We have tested communication with the Sally code through a series of lights, but we plan to raise money for the construction of Prototype 4, which will allow for haptic testing. In parallel, we plan to expand the adaptive nature of the code by applying it to a wider range of uses, for example, other languages, coding syntax, sheet music, math, or even communication in extreme sports. We are also going to set up events with blind education institutions so that we can get feedback on our technology and better adapt it to suit needs. We see Whisper being discreet, efficient, and fully customizable to a diverse range of individual needs and applications. Thank you.